Hey guys, it's Vanessa and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be comparing locks versus loose natural hair. And I feel like this topic would be extremely interesting for those of you that have loose natural hair and are interested in joining the loc community, and for those of you that may have locks that are interested in cutting or combing out your locks and transferring over to the loose natural hair community. Neither one is better than the other. This is just me comparing from both sides. I've learned a lot about my hair and I'm just enjoying the journey, honestly. Before I start the video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, let's get right into it. If you want to see the video on me combing out my locks and also the video explaining why I did cut off my locks, I will have both of those videos linked down below. So first, I'm going to be getting into the pros and cons of locks and a little bit more about my experience. So just a little bit of background on me and my loc journey. I started my locks when I was 10 years old and had them for about 12 years. What led me to cut them was just that I felt like it was time for me, as a lot of people that have a loc journey do. So I've been spending these last 3 months basically learning everything about my loose natural hair and playing and experimenting, since I really didn't get to do that growing up. I didn't know anything about loose natural hair until recently. I feel like I can give you guys a little bit of insight into what a loc journey would be like and a little bit about what to expect. For me, having my locks was extremely empowering and kind of made me feel a little bit of a rebel, just because of all the stereotypes surrounded by locks and what the majority of the public thought about it. I don't really feel like locks were extremely accepted in society, and there were a lot of negative connotations when it came to locks. But for me personally, having locks just felt like such an accomplishment, especially because it was such a big commitment for me. I actually had my mother and my father there for support because they both have dreadlocks, and a lot of people in my family do actually have locks as well. It really wasn't something that I wasn't completely comfortable with, just because I had my inspiration and my support system at home when it came to my hair. I know there's a lot of people that have families that disapprove of having locks or a loc journey at all. I do actually think that's pretty upsetting, just because it's your hair and you should be able to do whatever you want with it. However, I also do kind of understand where people come from, because for a lot of people, especially young men, it's very hard to get a job when you have locks. So I kind of see where people come from, or like where your parents may come from when it comes to not maybe wanting you to have locks. But at the same time, you know, it's your life, it's your decision, and it's your hair. So it really doesn't matter, to be honest, unless you're like really determined to get a job in corporate America or anything like that. It's your hair, do what you want. Like I said, for me, I feel like having locks was extremely empowering, and regardless of what society may have thought of my hair, I was still rocking it, and I was still 100% supportive of the loc community. I feel like because of the many stereotypes that locks have, going through that journey really helped me to accept myself and appreciate my natural hair for what it was, and build up a confidence regardless of, you know, opinions, insults, and assumptions that people may have had about my hair. Another thing with locks is that I feel like it's a really big accomplishment to have locks for so long. Because I had locks for 12 years, I really do feel a sense of accomplishment with that, just because having locks is a very big commitment. Especially if you have your locks for 10 plus years. A lot of people don't make it that far. You know, honestly, a lot of people don't even make it a year. So for you to decide that you're going to commit to a natural hair journey like locks is really big, and you should be proud of that. Sticking to a journey like this for so long really taught me patience and helped me realize that if you have a goal and you stay consistent with it, you will see results. And that's true regarding anything in life, honestly, whether you're embarking on a new hair journey or if you're just trying to learn a new skill. Consistency and patience is definitely key, guys. Although I don't have locks anymore, I am extremely grateful for that experience. I feel like it definitely helped build me to the person that I am today. Because I wasn't really surrounded by other people with locks, as far as friends and stuff like that, I had my family. But as far as like the outside world, I really wasn't surrounded by that many people with locks, so I kind of had to just buckle up and be confident with what I had and not really care what people thought. I am human, so I am going to care what people think, but during my loc journey, like, I really had to just focus on myself, focus on my goal, and remember every day that I made a commitment and I had a goal at the end of the day. I wanted my hair to grow and I wanted my hair to be healthy. So in order to do that, I had to stay committed. I'm just really grateful for that experience. I feel like it really just helped shape my mindset a little bit different when it comes to going after something that you want. I would never regret having locks, and I would never want to take back that experience. Some other things that I realized while having locks versus having my loose natural hair now is that I don't really go through that much shrinkage. With your locks, like, you go through like minimal shrinkage. For the most part, the hair that grows is around the actual length of your hair. But with your loose natural hair, it's like the shrinkage is so real. I had no idea, especially on day one hair. Like, I can't even expect my hair to be big at all on day one. Honestly, the shrinkage is one of the most annoying things ever. So it was a relief having locks to not deal with barely any shrinkage. Loose natural hair is definitely more maintenance than locks. Not that locks is like the least maintenance ever, because you still have to do a couple things to get your hair right. But with loose natural hair, the maintenance is honestly crazy. Like, I feel like I restyle my hair about every 3 to 4 days. Obviously, if I don't have a protective style in. And I'm also washing my hair a lot more with my loose natural hair, I've noticed. With my locks, I would only really wash my hair 1 to twice a month. With locks, I definitely noticed that it's a lot less maintenance and it's a lot less manipulation with locks as well. I feel like now I have my hands in my hair a whole lot more than when I had locks. I really didn't bother my hair that much. Majority of the time left it alone. One thing with locks that I can say is that I definitely felt limited a lot of the time with the styles that I can do. With my loose natural hair now, I can honestly say that I feel like the possibilities are endless when it comes to styling. Like, I can do so many protective styles now, like braids. If I'm missing the feel of my locks, I can just get faux locks. I recently just tried clip-ins, and if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below. But it was my first time trying that, and I just felt so good because I was like, wow, I realized I can do so much more with my hair than I thought I could. And it's just so much fun to do. I love having so many different looks, and I just love being able to just do so much with my hair. Of course, with locks, you can do styles like 2-strand twists, braid outs, bantu knots. You can definitely reshape your locks if you wanted to and create new styles. However, you are limited with that. The way that a twist out, braid out would look on loose natural hair looks a lot different than it looks on locks. Just be mindful that you may be a little bit limited with the styles that you can do with locks. Another thing with locks that I noticed is that there's not a huge market for products. But since the loose natural hair community is a whole lot bigger than the loc community, I feel like companies and brands are not really tailoring products to those that have locks. That doesn't mean that there aren't products out there for locks. We have products like Dr. Locs. I know LK Naturals isn't specified for locks, however their products work really well. We don't have a lot of products specifically catered to locks. There are a lot of brands that do work well for locks, and there are still a lot of products that are available to you guys. But another thing that I realized with that is that there probably isn't a lot of products tailored to people with locks, for the simple fact that product use for people with locks is a lot less than those with loose natural hair. I definitely realized that after cutting off my hair. I use a lot more products than I did when I had locks. Like, now I use shampoo, conditioner, deep conditioner, leave-in conditioner. I use a styling product. Sometimes I use gel. It just depends, but I use a lot more products now than I definitely did with locks. With locks, if you guys have been following me for a while, you already know I literally use the same, 2 products. I kept it really simple, and I feel like that's how you get the best out of your loc journey by keeping it simple and for the most part leaving your hair alone. But now I'm going to focus more on the loose natural hair side of things. With loose natural hair, like I said, I noticed that it's a lot more versatile. I can do so many projective styles and manipulate my hair in a way that honestly looks different every single time. In the past 2 weeks alone, I've had curly clip-ins, I've had a slick down bun, I do twist outs, and I've really just been doing so much with my hair, and I love the different looks that I can achieve. One thing I noticed with my loose natural hair now is that people treat me differently than when I had locks. I can honestly say that. I feel like people are a lot more accepting of me in my hair now. I know that sounds a little weird, but I feel like I would get a lot more looks, a lot more side eyes when I had my locks. Now it's more so people are like, oh, okay, natural hair. But when I had my locks, it was more so people just always trying to figure it out. Y'all, the opinions that I got when I cut my hair, oh my goodness. I had one person say, oh, you look so much better with your hair curly. You look so much better than when you had locks. But then I had another guy who had locks who actually told me that I was betraying the loc community and that I'm a traitor. Something that I also realized with having my loose natural hair is that I really just love the feeling of running my fingers through my hair, combing my hair, being able to wash my hair and feel the water like really get in there and penetrate through my scalp and my curls. Like, oh my gosh, guys. One thing I realized with my loose natural hair is that it's so much more time consuming than locks. With locks, for me, it would either be a straight retwist, I would do bantu knots, or I would do braid outs. Those were my main styles for my hair. And that really only took me about an hour and a half, and that was it. But for my loose natural hair, the amount of time that I have to take for each step with detangling, setting aside time for deep conditioning after my entire wash process, coming out of the shower, adding whatever curl product, and then either doing a twist out, a wash and go, whatever. Like, it all really takes a lot more time than I'm used to when it comes to doing my own hair. That is something that I was not ready for. I can definitely say that. I wasn't ready for it, and I'm still learning, so yeah. But that is a little bit of a downside when it comes to loose natural hair. Coming from having long locks to such a short haircut was very new to me. It brought me back to a place where I just had to like relearn and had to have confidence when it came to my natural hair. I felt a similar way when I had short locks, where I had to just basically fake it till I made it and be confident in what I had. It's all about owning it. It's all about your mental. You need to appreciate what you have first with your hair journey. You need to appreciate where you are at, or it's not going to be a good journey. Being a loose natural, I realized I can try so many new products from so many different brands that I've never tried before. One brand in particular that I never used before being a loose natural is Shea Moisture, and it's definitely become one of my favorite brands, one of my go-tos. And it's definitely helped me, especially both my loose natural hair journey and my loc journey helped me to accept myself as exactly who I am naturally, and I can say that I really appreciate that about both journeys. Neither experience is better than the other. Neither hairstyle is better than the other. That's not what this video is about. It's mainly to shed some light on both journeys and what we can learn from both of them. Both of them have pros and cons, and both journeys aren't for everyone. I feel like with the loose natural hair journey and a loc journey, it's mainly tailored to the individual. Depending on what your daily life is like, what your lifestyle is like, is gonna determine which way you go. If you're looking for a lot less maintenance, if you are not a big fan of detangling, and if you are more so simple when it comes to styling, you don't like to do too much, or maybe you have a job that's extremely demanding and you don't really have the time, maybe you have family as well, and you really just can't find the time to do your hair as much, locks may be the way to go for you. If you like the feeling of running your fingers through your hair, if you enjoy doing twist outs, if you have the time that it takes to really do, you know, a full wash day, deep conditioning, twisting, like all that good stuff, then maybe being a loose natural is for you. Either way, both styles are natural. One is not better than the other, and one is not more natural than the other. Either way, you're dealing with natural hair and you're a part of the natural hair community. As long as you guys pay attention to those two key things, patience and consistency, you will have a healthy and successful natural hair journey. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed hearing me compare locks and loose natural hair. Whether you have locks or loose natural hair, I want to hear what you think about both sides. Have you had both experiences as well, just like me? Are you all for locks? Are you all for your loose natural hair? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you all stay blessed, and I will see you in my next upload. Bye, y'all.